everybody doing today? It's pretty rainy here. The sunny days are over, and life is like a song. What's that song? At Last by Etta James. What a song. What a beautiful, beautiful song. Guys, I'm just pulling up the stream here. Get ready to get started dealing with some issues. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. If you're not on Twitch, go over to Twitch. Follow me on Twitch. I could use the help. If we get 5 people at the Twitch chat at once talking, then I get a reward or something. Let's see if we can get 5 people in Twitch talking. Alright, what's up everybody? I'll be the first one to talk in Twitch. What up? Let's talk about something. And while we're thinking about what we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about what we're actually going to do, because this is more about doing and less about talking. For those of you who don't know, my name is Adam. My channel is called Coding Things IRL because that is what I do. And today we're going to be dealing with some issues in GitHub. We're making this Lite Brite game, and it's going good. We're using Three.js, and I'm learning Three.js. I don't know much about Three.js. Hell, I don't know much about 3D rendering or 3D game development in general. I just started that. I would call myself a web developer by trade. But it's okay to step outside our comfort zone every now and then and do something different. So here is my first art creation of the day. What do you think? Maybe we could use some rectangles. Not that big. Not that big. How would a rectangle even fit into this? Hold on. Maybe if they're nice and equal. There we go. Ooh. I gotta be careful I don't make a controversial symbol. Ooh. That's pretty cool, huh? Turn on some Pink Floyd. Look at that. I think it's pretty nice. I think I just added some squares too, so there you go. Alright. Fun's over. Or just beginning, depending on how you look at it. I think it's fun. Alright. Guys, make some noise if you're here. Follow on Twitch. Subscribe on YouTube. Share this if you can. Make sure we get the word out. Trying to get to 500 subscribers on YouTube. Trying to get to, I don't know, 30 followers on Twitch. Man, I only have like 26. Please follow me on Twitch. I'm desperate. Not that desperate. Alright, what do we got? Issues. After imaging. So, let's take a look at what this is. It's not really named very well, but when we have, see that right there? Only thing I want to do is just clear that up. I just want to clear that up. So I'm thinking there's just going to be like a interval in the background that's going to run, and we're going to fire that same event several times after we've already fired it. Pretty simple. The only issue is with the timing of the other updates that are coming down. So what we're going to do right away, we're going to use a concept that I've already done using this refire timeout. And this should do the trick. So let's see if we can figure out why it's not doing the trick. Okay, so the interval is going to have to be on the main side because we're going to be modifying the state. And the state is literally only maintained on the main JS. So anytime we have state, what we're doing is we're passing it down, and then we are assigning it back on main. So we're going to have to do something that looks like this, basically. We're going to have a function on main, not passing in state, but perhaps just directly modifying. Let's see, is state a global variable here? Does the state have global scope? It does. It's defined here on the outermost scope for this JavaScript file. So that's perfect for what we need. So our function is going to be an interval function that will be updating the, let's see, let's just call it cleanup. And we're going to pass in our state. The only thing that we're going to do to a state is set is dirty to true. Ironically. We can come up with a better name for that, right? Let's see, cleanup. I don't know. It's fine with me. Last thing, we need to return it. And yeah, we can't pass state in here. That's not gonna work. Unless, yeah, no, because we have to have it assigned to the outermost scope. So it's going to need to be assigned like this. But I'm not sure if this is going to be a proper mutation. We don't even have to return it now that I see it. I don't know. Hopefully this works. That's all I got to say. Let's see. Whatever, yellow. Set interval. Cleanup every 1,000 seconds? Every 1,000 milliseconds? Let's go 5. No, let's go 2. I have to wait forever for it. 1 just seems like a lot. Or too frequent. The only thing it needs to be the other, it needs to be handle main, I think. So when we call handle main, we have event, state, and true. And I think what we really want to do is take the concept that we have of the refire timeout and implement it over here. So let's try to do that. So here we have a clear timeout. Let's just get rid of that. And this bit of code, let's also get rid of that. And what we want to do is we want to call the handle it function for the refire timeout this exact same way. So I'm going to copy that over even just so I know what it looks like. Like that. Now, I need that variable. So I'm just going to put it on its own line up here since it's different. I think it makes sense to maintain it external to state. But I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Alright, so what we're doing is we're assigning state to the return value from the handle it function. First thing I think we want to do is call clear timeout on the refire timeout every time, regardless of what it is. Because regardless, if it's not a valid timeout, it's not going to throw an error. It's not going to be causing an issue for us. So we might as well just get rid of it. We're going to clear it every time, and then we're going to start the same kind of if statement here, right here. If is preview. And we don't care about this for points. We have refire timeout going to this value. But instead what we want to do, not return, we want to assign it to state just like that. Same thing, except we can actually do it on here because of the little quirk of JavaScript. Right? This value doesn't get assigned to anything. It's transient. Just goes into the ether. You never see it again. Disappears. Poof. Gone. Guys, make some noise if you're here. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Don't forget to like the video. Try to get me to the top of the streaming. It's going to be quick. You got to be quick. We can do it, though. Let's see, where are we at? Yeah, we're nowhere near close. I don't know. It's probably not going to be happening for this one, to be honest. But maybe next one, we'll take it to the top. And, yeah, don't forget to go over to Twitch if you're not already there. We got one viewer on Twitch, and I think it's me. Possibly my mom. If she's not still mad at me, call me mom. Alright, guys. So, like, what are we doing? We got circles. They're filled. And this code is there. That looks right to me. Yeah, so what we should be seeing is not that. Not that. Yeah, that's wrong. See that? Did I refresh it? Maybe I didn't. That should be clearing up. That's the whole point of this. Right there. So we have it set to set timeout. And selected shape is not equal to point, so that's both, those should both be valid. I see no reason that this is not firing like this. So let's see. We have a refire there. So let's see. What's the deal? Why are we not refiring, or are we refiring? And why is the other stuff not happening? Okay, so a circle of significant radius and filled. There's a refire right there. They're happening every 1/10 of the second, just like they're supposed to do. Just like they're supposed to do. Now, I have a suspicion that somehow the variables, because we're dealing with JavaScript, I have a suspicion that some of these variables are no more. They've gone the way of the dodo. So let's see. Event, state, and is preview. Are they defined or are they not defined? They should be defined. If scope works the way that I think it does, they should be defined. But hey, we'll let the console decide. Okay, what are we doing? So, where's the console? Okay, there it is. Just select circle. To get out of this mode, ironically. Circle radius. There we go. Filled. Okay, back to the console. Got some arrays. And they are defined. What do we have? So we are console logging event, state, and is preview. And yeah, this all looks good to me. This pegs should be being reduced based on this mouse position, but I think maybe the mouse position needs to be updated, and we need to not pass in the event, or we need to mutate the event if we can do so to get the current mouse position. Now that's client X. What about client Y? I don't know about that +1, but that looks good to me. If the event, I mean, I have the event right here. So we have client X and client Y. Yeah, that could work. That could work. It could work, except for the fact that that event is the same one that we're already using. So if we try to do this, then it's not gonna do the thing. You know, this will continually increment it. That's good, and possibly we can even see that. Yeah, let's go ahead and run and see where. Hi Prash, how's it going? Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Don't forget to like the video, and don't forget to go to Twitch and watch me there. We're trying to get to the top of Twitch, and I think we can do it. Okay, so bear with me. Did you see it? It's supposed to happen when... Yeah, no, it's not happening. It's supposed to happen when I'm not... Okay, there it is. So tag name of undefined, something downstream, and it's because we are not setting the target. So event target tag name, and we can do so. Now I see where we have event there, and then somehow it goes away. So how is that possible? Are we still console logging? Yes, it's raining. Here, I'll turn it down. Yeah, I turned it down a little bit. The rain is intense. I have to talk louder. But that's okay. Feels like something really loud just happened, and I can't hear it. Okay. Yeah, so our target is not defined, but that doesn't happen if we omit this line, right? Or was it happening all along? I wasn't really paying attention. I'll go back to select a circle and filled. Yeah, definitely not what I want. Definitely not what I want to happen here. I gotta turn it up a little bit. Yeah. Definitely not what I wanted to happen. And I don't see those messages anymore. Which is weird because I thought that this spread operator was supposed to be, you know, having all the properties of the previous object. Let's see if that's the case or not. Filled. There it is. Go here. Okay, that's clearly not a rectangle. But alright. Okay. Plenty there. No messages? Okay, what's up with that? That's weird. So... Oh, hat. Look at that. Console. My S key is being my S key again. I need to get a new keyboard soon. This one is, the S is going, which is annoying because sometimes when I try to save... Uh-oh. Alright. Definitely something happening there. I can tell it's slower. Okay, we got some events. I wanted to see it after the mutation, though. Alright, let's go back. Oh. Man, that's tough. I gotta do something about that. Alright, so we're looking for target. And we do have target. And we have no errors. Am I being the victim of a Control S issue? Possibly. Anyway, no errors is good. But as you can see, it's not doing what we want. I'm wondering if, in fact, what we want actually is just to clear it all out. Like we had the approach correct before. Think about it. Food for thought. No, I don't think so, though. See how it's... Do you see how it's, it will fix itself if I stay in the same zone. Like, see, they're over there. And I can just wiggle it just a little bit. What happens if I make this more dramatic? Because this seems like it should be working. If I take the X and the Y and I add 10 to it every time that I fire the event, shouldn't that be noticeable? You know what I mean? I don't see anything happening. Well, I got the events console logging, so why don't we look at those? What's up, guys? Alright, where are we at? So we got these user messages, helpful to filter them. And then we got client X, 602 there. On the next one, got client X 600. And what do we... We're only console logging it after we've mutated it. And it looks like it's not really... Client X. So mutate it. Plus version 3. And then the one right before it. This is, it's not by 10. You see what I mean? Doesn't look like we're getting the same value. Or it's like not firing when we want it to. So we clear the timeout here and then we set the timeout here. That should be enough. Every time that we clear the timeout, we should be setting a new timeout. That's not the issue, I don't think. Well, if that's really not the issue, then what we would see is this handle it function being called multiple times. I think I need to call this handle main function is what it is. See, I didn't successfully implement recursion because I didn't call the same function that's supposed to fire it again. That makes sense. It only fired it once. So I gotta change that to handle main, not handle it. I knew it. I knew that I would have an issue with naming these functions. I knew it. It is kicking myself. Alright. No problem. We can forgive. We can forgive. Look like something happened, right? I'm not crazy, am I? Let me No? Definitely not. Here, I mean, got any issues? Come on. No, just very slow. Because of how many we're drawing. Let's refresh that. Make it a little easier on my core GPU. That is not the right behavior. What's going on? This is still not saved. That's probably part of it. Let's see. If not all of it. Yeah. Cheers for hoping. Alright, there we go. Back to this same issue. Now, we shouldn't need to do this anymore. Or maybe we should. Okay, fair enough. Maybe we should need to do this. I can just take, you know, I can just define that real quick and just see that, so we can, you know, move forward, target, blah blah, event.target. Yeah. Does that work? I didn't think I needed to do that, but I mean, okay. Oh man, it's getting really rainy. I'm gonna shut off the music. Yes. The rain is cool. Hold on. Very rainy. Pretty bad. Not gonna lie, I'm in a tiny little shed outside. And it's looking pretty tough. Just don't want to die right now. Okay, I think I'm good. I think it's passed. Oof. Ooh, I think it works. Almost. Look at that. It's definitely doing something there. Let's see. Oh. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Just keeping an eye on this weather, making sure that I am safe and not going to be crushed by one of these trees that are around me. But man, how many views will I get if I get crushed by a tree? Woo, boy. Alright, you see how that's clearing up? That's what we want. You see how that's migrating down south? That's because of this plus right here. That is not what we want at all. We want it to stay in the same place, basically. I think we do. This whole thing might be unnecessary. Let me just get rid of that. Now that I have the timeout working properly, that might be unnecessary. Yeah, see that? Perfect. And that also helps clear up some of the resources. Makes it a little bit more responsive. And it looks cool. Let's make it go a little faster. And, you know, give it a decent test. Feels weird with this many on the board. Feels weird. That's okay. Right there. See, that feels great. But this number of, and I think that I have a way of dealing with that. But I mean, this is pretty much complete. I'll mark this issue as complete. The only thing I want to do is I want to take this number right here, and I want to turn it into a constant because it will help me to be able to identify this number in the future. So, constant name I'm gonna use is going to be refire timeout ms. Perfect. And I don't really have constants defined, do I? Not here. That's okay, I'll just define one. Refire timeout milliseconds set to, I mean, just for funsies, let's set it to 10. What happens if I set it to 10? Looks good there. That is absolutely unrenderable. And it should be. Shouldn't be able to make that many preview points at once. I'll have to think of a way, but I mean also that filled circle looks ridiculous. When it's smaller it looks fine. But at that size, it's just too much. And so what I would like to do is make it to where the circle is filled in, you know, like every other peg or something like that, to where it uses a fixed number of pegs. And that'll sincerely cut down on load. But yeah, this is what I meant by after imaging. Works fine for smaller, and what I think it's going to come down to probably is we're going to just give it a fixed number of circles, and possibly every time you click, it will fill in the next peg, right? So, you know, I click one time and then it fills in all the pegs, and then it shifts them over when I do it again. You know what I mean? It finds the next one. It fills it in a little bit more and more and more. That way, you can end up getting something like this, but a little bit more filled in, like, kind of, probably, I want to say there's going to have to be a pattern that we go and fill the adjacent holes in. But yeah, no, this issue is totally done. So let's go ahead and get this done. Marked as done. So this is a commit. Let's go ahead and clean up the trash so that we can not worry about it in the future. That's gone. Is the variable? Yeah, we still have it up here, but you see how it's darked out? We don't need it. While we're at it, we don't need these. And, yeah. What else? On main, we got some comments here that's not really related. This didn't need to happen. Big waste of my time. Yeah. Everything else is unrelated. And pretty good. Not bad. Alright. Commit. A boom. Kabam. A slam dunk. Alright. Guys, make some noise in the chat if you're there. Subscribe on YouTube. Like the video. Don't forget to follow on Twitch. And join in every time. Don't forget to code something every day. There's no I in coding. Well, I guess there is, but we can all code together without eyes and without ears. Alright, make some noise. Don't forget to like it up. Follow it on Twitch. Tell all your friends about the stream. Don't go to sleep tonight. And if you do, tell your loved ones that you love them. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Yes. Awesome. We got 3 likes on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for liking the video up. Absolutely amazing. Totally legendary. And I'm about to go like my own video up because, yeah, that's probably literally the reason why nobody's joining. Except for Prosh. Prosh is cool. Got some. I'm gonna do a heart for Prosh. Nobody's joining because I am not. You know, the YouTube algorithm makes it to where you are only recommended things that you're likely to like. Right? It makes sense. And you're more likely to like something that somebody else likes, right? Or at least in the eyes of the YouTube algorithm, I'd say that's correct. Yes, that's correct. I would say that's correct. Based on my own personal observation. Every time that I like something, the first time I like it, 9 times out of 9.00001, most of the time, somebody has already liked it and they're currently recommending it to me. So I get that. But see what that does for people like me, who have very few subscribers, who I love, by the way, don't get me wrong, is it makes it impossible for us to compete with the Primogens and the Theos and the Elon Musks of the world. We don't have a voice. A tiny little voice. So what I need you to do, what I'm begging you to do, what would be amazing for you to do, like up the video, subscribe, follow on Twitch. Let's get this thing to the top. And let's get me out of here already. I'm sick of working for a living. I want to make games. I want to make games for a living. That's what I want to do. Help me make games for a living. I'm good at it, damn it. You should be able to do what you're good at. Anyway, and rant. And rant. Alright. The rain's over too, so let's fill the air with some positive music that I didn't write. Not that. This here. Hope it's not back. There we go. Can you feel it? We're getting ready to start for real this time. Coding things IRL. Let's go. Alright, what are we going to code IRL right now? Alright, so the list of issues. I'm going to show you guys a way, a practice, an ancient ritual, an ancient practice that I follow every day as a software developer. Are you ready to hear about it? Are you ready to hear what it is? Okay. So, the process that I follow every day, to any time I have anything to deal with, okay, the first thing I do, invariably, every time, and it works every time, it's called wayfinding. Wayfinding. Maybe there's a space there, I don't know. So what is wayfinding? What is wayfinding? What is it? What is wayfinding? So what you need to know about wayfinding is that it works every single time. Okay? So first thing you need to do about wayfinding is, what is wayfinding? Okay? Wayfinding is simply finding your way. Duh. Everybody knew that. How do you find your way? Well, that is a question that can be answered on an individual case-by-case basis. For me, I have the potential to find a way many different ways. The way that I choose to find my way right now is this list that I made. I made my own way. This is the way that I've made for myself. But if I didn't have this way, I might be making my way right now. Way making. Sometimes way finding involves way making. So once you find your way, stick to your way. don't stray. And I say, you'll have a good day. Subscribe today. Alright, guys. So, we just did this issue right here. We just fixed this issue. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take that commit and we're going to link it in this issue and then close the commit. Okay, with a comment. So, go view on GitHub. We'll just take that and paste that with a comment. Don't click comment. Click close with a comment. If I can say it right. Once you do that, you'll see that we closed and we marked this with complete, and that's associated with this comment, which is this commit. Alright. At this scale, it's not as big of a deal. It's just me here. But, you know, once I get my team going, once I get my super amazing team going, then we are going to use good coding practices, and we're going to rock out. We're gonna own it. That's all I gotta say. R2H Edits. Where are you from, brother? I'm from Florida, United States, the beautiful Sunshine State. It is beautiful and sunshiny. Always. It's always beautiful and sunshiny in Florida. Thank you for your question. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like it up. Don't forget to follow on Twitch if you can. It would be very helpful to me. I'm super, super grateful for all of you. Okay. So, if you're just tuning in, we just did something. We just solved an issue that had been bugging me for a while. After imaging is what I called it. Basically, what it was you would leave all these preview pegs on the board, but you see right now they're cleaning up nicely, and it actually kind of looks cool. It looks like a nice shimmer, and I'm just really giddy about it. But yeah, that was the issue that we just did. And then we talked about wayfinding, which obviously is the process of finding your way, and it is different for everybody. And for me right now, my way involves not getting crushed by a tree, because this rain is bad. I think we're good. All right. Okay. So we found our way. All right. And let's get back to it. So, this issue is closed. As we refresh, we see the issue disappear, and we feel the weight of these issues slightly decrement, and we feel a little bit better. You know, we're getting to it. We're getting done. All right, enough of all that. So, this issue says the preview point for the rainbow color, that should be the same color as the one that you're laying down. Let's see if that's still an issue for us, because there's been a lot of updates, and I haven't been updating this list faithfully. So when I select rainbow colors, you see when I move this mouse, it changes, but you see there? Purple, green. No. That's not what we want. See, if I am about to put something down and my preview says that it's purple, that peg better be purple. Better be purple. You know what I mean? Or I'm coming after you. I'll do it too, because I'm loco. Alright. Let's see. We're up to 4 likes. I can't believe it. Make some noise in the chat. Here's a heart. Heart, show some love. Whatever helps me get more people to look at this stuff, so we can get more people on board. and making more Lite Brite stuff. I should probably put more stuff here. Hold on. It'd be helpful for people to be able to see it. Man, that flashiness is kind of intense, huh? Maybe the preview should not. Maybe maybe we should limit that. I don't know. I kind of like it though. What do you think? What do you think, R2? Oh, look at those hearts. Legendary coming in with the hearts. Hold on. Legendary. Oh, that's the wrong chat. And that's the wrong account. That's my real name. Let's see, that's what's up. I didn't know that chat would... Oh, okay, there's the chat. Nice. Yeah, I have to watch my own videos because, I don't know. It's probably not as pathetic as I think it is. Is it? Oh! We're up to 6 likes, everybody. Let's go. Let's go. Alright, so let's work on this issue for real, though, because, I mean, I think that's what people are tuning in for. If they're tuning in. That's what they're tuning in for. Alright, let's get rid of that, because that's going to end up being confusing for me. I already know it. And then also, let me get this turned down a little bit, because I can't hear myself think. Now, I think what we want to do is go to where we have the rainbow colors, which I think is on Shapes.js. Let's go there. Yes, here. See it here? So we have to figure out a way to save one color for the preview and then make that color the same color for the actual one that we lay down. So only thing I want to do is do last preview color. I mean, simply, right? And we'll give it a default value of this color, which I think is red. It doesn't matter. Actually, let me reduce some of the lines here. You can define more than one variable on one line if you use a comma like that in JavaScript. A lot of people don't like to do it because they like to have it on separated lines. But, you know what? I kind of think it looks cool. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Are you a fan of the single line, double variable declaration? I don't know. I try to make it engaging. Try to make it to where people are going to respond and have a good time and all that stuff. We're trying to get to the top. Thank you so much for all the likes and the subscriptions. Subscribes. It's not a subscription, it's a subscribe. Thank you for all of it. It means so much to me. Alright, you guys. Let's get started. Or continue, rather. So we defined a variable called last preview color. And inside of this function, where we have assess color, what we're going to do is we're going to change this to nothing because we're not passing in is preview here. We're going to have to go outside of this. And likely we're going to have to pass in that is preview because for me it makes sense now that our color assessment regards that. It makes sense now for us to pass that in. Doesn't it? It does. Don't fool yourself and say that it doesn't. That's unfortunate. That no, but whatever. Alright, so now we get to the actual meat and potatoes of what we're doing. Real MKB, it's good to see you, brother. If I can figure out how to click this. Do you ever get the feeling as devs we're going around in circles? Maybe we should have never moved away from VGA mode 13th. Single line, VS multi-line, don't mind either way. As developers of technology, what we are doing is killing ourselves with technology. We're killing our minds, we're killing our children's minds, and also we are putting ourselves out of the job. We're putting our fellow humans out of the job. But some might argue that it's destiny. I don't know. For me, I'm not really putting anybody out of the job. I'm just making a fun game. Now, the day that I put a Lite Brite manufacturer out of the job because of a 3D game that I made, and that's the day that I'll eat my hat, or headband, rather. Food for thought. Okay, so only for point do we really care about this. We just want to store the last... Sorry, I just kicked out my keyboard. Hold on a second. Oh, there we go. So for point, I mean... So for that, we have selected options, right? Selected options dot shape equals points. So then what we're gonna do is, first of all, I guess if it is preview, then I mean just simply we can just store the thing. Last preview color, and we'll have to see how are we actually so let color equals that, and then we'll have to move this down here, and then we can't forget to return the color, and then the last preview color we are setting to color. Now there is a way better way to do that. I feel you, brother, I feel you. You're British, aren't you? You're a British guy. How are things in jolly old England right now? Are they good? I heard there's some crazy stuff happening over there with the government. Things just haven't been the same since the Queen died. God rest her soul. Well, oh well. Brother, play Minecraft and GTA on stream. But if I do that, then and I want to be a coding streamer, and people tune in for that, won't they be disappointed when they see me doing this stuff? I mean, this is what I want to do. I mean, it's not just, you know, about the stream necessarily. I actually have other goals that I'm trying to accomplish with this, so I'm not sure that's right for me. I think I'll suffer through the long, painful route. What do you think? Like, I love the work you've done on this project, but I do look at it and think, pass me a 1991 PC with a VGA mode 13th and a C compiler or Massam, and I can probably do same. To be fair, always things going on over here. We have two main political parties. Both are useless. Yeah, that's weird too. And, you know, not to mention that one has been in power for, what, 25 years? Something like that? It's insane. Oh, you, and on the massive implementation, watch it only need 20 megahertz processor and about 800K of RAM to run it. LOL. Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm still a noob, so go easy on me. Alright. So this issue. And that rain is intense. It's dramatic. It's got me feeling very dramatic. Alright. Let's see. We have this, which is lovely, but requires a browser that's bigger than an entire OS from 15 years to run it. Technically, it doesn't require a browser. I've heard of people porting Three.js to I don't know what it becomes, but they use Electron. Have you ever heard of Electron? It is a way to take JavaScript and make desktop applications. That's pretty much all I know about it. Seems pretty cool if you're into that. Electron wraps a browser inside it, I believe. Fair enough. Well, I would hope that it's at least a pared down browser that doesn't use quite so much RAM. But I guess it depends on what browser it uses. It's got to be Chrome, like a Chromium based browser. High RAM consumption. Electron tends to use a minimum of 80 megabytes of RAM with lightweight apps in reach. Monsters like Slack reaching some multi-gigabyte values. Large storage footprint. Shipping with a full Chromium runtime. You can expect. So you have some pretty strong opinions on this stuff, huh? You have some pretty strong. You seem pretty well versed on it. I think I'm getting the feeling that it's probably not a good idea to use Electron. There's probably better alternatives. Probably for a desktop app. Is that really on their page? There's no way that's on their page. Man, that's crazy. I got your message on YouTube and I have joined. Thank you. Try something, Dev. How's it going? It's good to see you. Seems like we never get a chance to interact anymore. You Googled Electron app footprint. Was the top result from a blog. Yeah, that sounds bloggy. I'd say that's pretty bloggy. Try something, Dev. You working on anything cool lately? I caught a little bit of your Distant Horizon stream, and then I've just been crazy busy since then. That was like a month or two ago or something. And yeah, it's just been crazy. But yeah, anything cool lately that you've been working on? Alright, let's see. Last preview color. I know that there's a less time complex way to do this. Might have to end this early though. If this weather doesn't turn up. Man, it is fierce. It is extremely fierce. More DevCraft. But things going good. Love your Lite Brite stuff. Super cool. Thank you so much. It means a lot coming from you because you are a legend. Anyway, So, Sess colors, review, false. Yeah, that was too strong. I know that was too strong. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Alright. I gotta get a bigger screen because I can't tell what those things are ever. I like. Ah, yeah. Okay, wait. So let me at least get this done, and then I'm gonna wrap this stream up because I have to go and do my regular job. All right. So we need to take. So if it is a preview, we need to store it. We already got that. So this is where we're getting the color. This is where we're storing it. And then if it's not a preview, then we're setting the color to the last preview color. Yeah, that could work. I don't like how we have to do this twice for the not preview, but that could work. Let's see if that fixes it. Gonna lurk for a little bit and working on paperwork. Good luck. Thank you so much for dropping by. Appreciate you. Hope I see you soon. I'll definitely check out one of your streams soon. Alright, so we need to set it to rainbow colors. There we go. See what I see? I fixed it. Not the most elegant solution. I think we can come up with a clean way of, you know, making it look a little better. And again, this bothers me a lot. But, hey, I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I know that there is a gold check. Thank you so much for your comment. Thank you so much for dropping by. Thank you for the encouragement. Appreciate you. So, if you're just tuning in, let me turn this down. If you're just tuning in, what we did was we made it to where whenever we have the point, what we're going to do is we're going to set down the exact same color that we see in the preview before. If you rewind a little bit, I'm not going to undo the code because I've had some bad times undoing code to the point where you know, you can't go back. I've made a video about it. But yeah, so previously we made it was not showing as the same color. I know that would have been frustrated for the players. So yeah, did them a favor, and now it will show as the same color. Now there's an issue though, because the circle is a point too, and a rectangle at 1 is a point too. So we're not quite done yet. Why don't we create a function that will be isPoint. Function isPoint. And what we're going to do is we're going to pass in the selected options. And we want to return true if it's set to point, or if the selected options, if both of those are set to 1, then we're dealing with a point. Or if the radius is equal to 1. Those are all technically points. Okay, so this right here is going to be replaced with our isPoint function, passing in selected options, as you can see. And don't forget this one. But, you know, We can make this a little bit nicer. That can be a const. Make it a little bit more efficient. And then we have isPoint, which is now just simply a variable constant. And let's see, how did we do in the refactor? So, we broke it. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, so they can't be named the same thing. So, in light of that, I'm going to change this one to point is selected. Simply, right? Simple solutions. We like simple solutions. We don't like to complicate our little tiny brains with complex things unnecessarily. Alright, that's for the point. As you can see, it's not working for the rectangle. Or the circle. That was the circle, actually. We got some work to do still. We got some work to do still. And it is raining. It is raining. Alright, so this should have worked not because of the shape that was set, but because of the width and the radius that were set to 1. But for this, we need to actually be specific and say we only want this to happen for the rectangle. So yeah, that works. Yeah, I'm gonna break this out so that we can see everything. Right. Now, there's going to be a better way to organize this, but I'm not sure right now what it's going to be. But this looks fine. So, if it's a point, or if it's a circle with a radius of 1, or if it's a rectangle with a width and a height of 1, then that is considered true. Okay? That's got to be it. Now, we're returning true on point, and we know that because, well, yeah, okay, we know that because this still works, just the same way that we did it. Okay, circle though, I mean, it just goes crazy. I'm wondering why it's just going crazy like that. There's got to be another place where we're, you know what I mean, selecting, we're filtering by that shape. There's got to be another place. So, and that's going to be either on main or on renderer. Okay, and I don't see it here on renderer. I don't see it. And it would be this, it would be something. I don't know. That's hard to look at almost. Alright. Let's see. Draw shape gets called. Add shape at mouse position gets called. Hey, I'm on 96. Thank you so much for joining. It's raining. It's loud. I'm so sorry. Right now I'm working on my Lite Brite game, and I'm trying to make it to where when we put down these pegs, A, they're not going to flash like that because that's kind of hard to look at, and B, what we just accomplished for the point, when we have a preview one, when we put it down, it's going to end up being the same color as what we just saw from the preview. And there's definitely some stuff to be done with the hovering too. You can also select a color too. So, I mean, you're welcome. Thank you. Again, I don't know. Thank you. Twice. Twice thank you. Say it twice. To be nice. Alright. So why is it flashing? Well, we have this handle it function right here. And that is setting the state is dirty to true. And everything looks good here. So why don't we go up one level to main. How am I doing today? I'm good, except for the rain. The rain sucks. And it's loud, and it's very distracting. But other than that, I'm doing great. We just solved 2 issues. We're in the midst of solving the second issue, which turns out, of course, to be a little bit more complicated than originally thought. But that's okay. We're gonna keep going here, maybe for the next few minutes, and then see what happens. Alright, so there's got to be somewhere on here where we're actually right there. See that? That's it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this function and we're going to go ahead and export it. Then in main, we're going to bring that in. And instead of where we have this, we're going to pass in our selected options to this function that we just imported. I'm not exactly sure why that's there, but it's obviously there for a reason. Okay, so now what we want to do... Alright, I think I broke it, though. Which is good. It's good that I broke it. Oh, you love the rain? Oh, that's good. Happy rain, then. Here, I'll turn it a little bit louder. There we go. Nice and rainy. And I'm going to talk quieter because the mic is very hot. Alright, so we made it to where our function here is always returning false, or yeah, it seems like it's always returning false, whereas this right here, selected options dot shape, that is true sometimes, right? Because here we are. Oof. Loud, loud, loud. Where am I from? I'm from Florida. So see there? It's not spazzy anymore. So what's the deal with the function? Why is the function not working the same as that? And I think it's because we needed to negate it. It should be not point is selected. And that would make this true for every time. Yeah, anyway. Rainbow colors. So far so good there. And then we need to switch over to circle. Keep the radius on 1. And it's not showing up. So that's not what we want. That is not. Oh, well, Florida is a nice place to live. You have to be very strategic about your movements because it is hot, it is rainy, and if you're not careful, you'll end up drenched or having heat stroke. But it is beautiful, and there's always something to do, and there's always something exciting happening. And there's a new game coming out about our state, and I'm super excited for GTA 6. It's going to be amazing. I might just play that instead of program. Alright, what's next? Okay, this preview, yeah, this not... It's not happening. Why would that be? So if I put it back, right? If I put it back, you're telling me that I am gonna have a preview. Yes. How? That's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. It's crazy that, you know, because that the actual rendering is supposed to take place before that. How is that messing that up? All right, that looks good. Nah. Okay. Let's see. What are we gonna do about that? There's no errors, right? No errors. Nothing. How is that even possible? Okay, so if I get rid of this altogether, do we see a preview? Okay, we see the preview for point, and we don't see it for circle. We don't see it for circle. Okay, so that was always an issue. This has always been an issue. We just didn't see it because we had this strobing thing, and whenever we had circle, I guess it just kind of ignored it. Yeah, but I guess when something gives a plus, it also gives a minus. Yes, very true. There are very few good things that are not somehow associated with some kind of bad thing. It's very true. Very philosophical. Very smart. Guys, don't forget to like up the video. Don't forget to subscribe. I appreciate all of you. Let's see where we're at right now. Last I checked, we were up to 7 likes on YouTube. Let's see, what do we got? We're up to 8 likes on YouTube now. Shout out to everybody for liking it up and subscribing. And then over on Twitch, I'll be honest, I'm not too much of a Twitch guy, but I think we're doing good on Twitch. We got Amond96 joining in for the first time, being engaged, asking some good questions about where I'm from. That's cool. I appreciate you. Okay, I'm going to end the stream right now, and we'll come back possibly later tonight, possibly sometime soon, and we'll revisit this point issue, because this is unexpected. I will leave you. It's weird. It's raining and the sun is out. It's a sun shower, and it's like really raining too. Usually it's like little rain when that happens. Thanks. I'm a girl. Obviously, I'll be smart. Well, I mean, I know some girls who are not smart. Thank you for joining. I think you, by the way, probably are my first ever female viewer. So, congratulations on being that. You are breaking glass ceilings. All right. Handle it. Yeah, I'm not doing this now. All I want to do is mark this as an issue, which is the unexpected one before I forget. And that is that the preview is broken for circles and rectangles. I guess is it broken for? It's not broken for that. Just for, well, hold on, it's not broken anymore at all. What? Okay, what was that though? So if I just switch it over to circle and I set it to nothing. Now, okay, so that's the steps to reproduce. Okay, let me write that down. So am I a full stack developer or am I a designer? I would classify myself as a full stack developer. But this is something that I've been interested in for a while, and I'm finally getting the courage to do it, and I'm showing everybody what that looks like. And I would definitely not call myself a designer, but you know, I do like making things that are pretty, especially when they're interactive like this. It's so cool. So this is me trying to execute on a goal of mine, a life goal. Pretty much. Enough about me though. I mean, all right, so steps to reproduce. What we need to do is just immediately set to circle and try to hover. No preview. And then I'll just note that other steps re-enable preview, and I'm just too lazy right now to reproduce of radius 1 / length plus width 1. All right, that's good enough. I'll know what that means, and you guys will help remind me next time. So, all right, well, that's it for this stream. I appreciate all the new viewers. We got up to 9 likes on YouTube, I think, or 8. I don't know. I'm not really looking, but yeah, it's been sweet, and I hope I see you guys next time. Later.